I've been messing with rub and buff more because I found it really interesting in that last video I did where I talked about it. And I've tried it here on some different 3D prints. We did this Heisenberg Walter White bust without the glasses because I thought it would look cooler. And like, to me, that looks like an actual bronze casting from a distance. You get close to it, you can see like the layer lines and stuff. Then I found this Taskmaster trophy that's supposed to be Greg Davies. I don't think it looks like Greg Davies, neither does my wife. But that gold, like, it looks pretty comparable to the finish on the ones they use on the show. I did all these in a different color too. And then I did this. This is from one of those Ghostbuster movies. This is the top half. And I kind of wanted to see what it would do. And then I did it again in a slightly different color on the bottom half. It looks pretty cool. Then I found this. This is a recreation of an actual Viking artifact that was found, and I thought it came out really cool. I got it in a little too heavy up here in the very detailed areas, but like here on this, I think it looks amazing. And that's just a little, I went ahead and did it on the back too. And it just takes, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes to do this. So I've been printing Christmas stuff. I did some 3D. I've been 3D printing some Christmas stuff like a Lego Santa, a Lego Christmas tree, but now I've done a Lego Grinch and this is his bag. So I thought I would print this in black and then do it in this Grecian gold because I really like this Grecian gold, and then I can go ahead and show you here. So I'm gonna get some rubber gloves on. I am not Craftsman. Don't confuse me for Craftsman just because I have black rubber gloves on. And yeah, I'm gonna adjust the angle here and we'll go about doing this. Maybe I'll put a paper towel down too. How many black rubber gloves do you think Craftsman has gone through on his channel? I'm guessing quite a lot. This is just such an easy process. I saw this in a video, I don't know, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and I was like, I gotta try that. That looked pretty good. He was doing a Mandalorian helmet, I think. And yeah, I am just super impressed with it. And I just cut a sponge a little. You don't need the whole thing. Oh goodness, the cap is on there pretty tight. Paint must have dried a little. Would you call this a paint? I'm not really sure. I guess it's more like a flammable wax. And again, you should wear PPE with this. I've got the windows open and a good breeze going, so I'm not too worried about it. And then I'm gonna go sit this out in the garage to kind of dry. The nozzle is clogged a little from the last time I used it. It has dried out some, good to know. And then you're just gonna take this and then, that's pretty much it. We're gonna just do this and reapply to the sponge as necessary. And then you'll come back, and after it sits, I let it sit for like an hour last time and I thought it was plenty. Some people say if you let it sit for a few days, then come back if you actually want to do the buffing part to kind of, change the coloring a little, wear it down some, whatever. I've just been happy with just applying a coat, getting uniform coverage, and then coming back. I'm probably gonna have to do a second coat on this because the black's really showing through. I think I had to do that on Greg's head too. Yeah, you definitely don't want this stuff on your skin. I think it's petroleum based and it's very, very flammable, and it is a skin irritant, so definitely get some gloves. And again, the fumes are not something you really want to be breathing, so have a well ventilated area, or better yet, have a proper respirator as your PPE. So I'll have to come back for sure on some of these spots, but I am extremely happy with this already. I don't recall what color the Grinch's bag actually is, but I liked the idea of gold. My Santa one is just a kind of recycled paper brown. So I might redo his too. I might do his in silver. I don't know how well the silver would look on the brown though, because the black comes through the gold and gives it a nice, like, rustic kind of antique feel. You're starting to get a good look there. I'll get a brighter light on this in a minute too. But yeah. I figure we'll just go through this whole thing together so you can see in real time kind of what it... And if I'm doing something not so great, like, give me some advice. Is there a better technique? Should I use a different kind of applicator? If any of you have played with this, I would love to know. Yeah, let's do this first. And then if you come back real quick, you can get the excess off and move it somewhere else, I found. And then I am going to go ahead and get down in there just a little. we'll just kind of form that in there and use our finger and good enough. I almost put it against my shirt to readjust. That would have been unfortunate. So I'll just come in here and I'll do this and I'll try to get it as uniform as possible, but see why you want to wear gloves, because like it gets all over your fingers. Obviously I'm touching parts that I've done, but even if not, like it just finds a way to get all over your fingers and fingernails, at least in my experience. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good. Again, once I take the gloves off, we'll get some light on. I just want to get the base uniform because you'll be able to see parts of it from the side. So I'm just going to put just another tiny little bit on there, as you can see. And then we'll just come in here and we'll go ahead and get that going. And then Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. There we go. That looks a lot better. I'm going to keep one glove on, but I'll take one off so we can get a brighter light on it. So as you can see, like, has a really good look to it there. And again, you could probably come in and do another. I'll go ahead and clean those little pieces of sponge off too that kind of came off. But that thing is just pretty great. Let's get some dimmer light there. Brighter light. Now this is just wonkiness in the print itself. Kind of lumpy to kind of give you the it's got stuff in it effect. So I might want to come in there and do a little bit more. But I am extremely happy with this rub and buff. Again, if you have any tips, please let me know in the comments. I would like to get better at this. Obviously though, you know, I think I've got it mostly figured out. But it's like when there's really detailed stuff, some of the stuff, you know, like is deep and doesn't have much, but then others got caked. And then same thing here. You've got, you know, where I got it way too much up here, but then down here it looked good. So if you've got a better technique, I would love to know. And if you know of like better sponges or applicators that would work, please tell me. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.